Okay guys, what's up? Frimpong?
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Good.
984?
984, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I think everyone is there now. I can't see Mike. Okay, let's begin. Any questions from yesterday's class? Okay, so we are discussing about joins. So we'll discuss the next part of it. Now we'll discuss how to join. So as we have two tables, department shows we will join two tables, and as we have one column which is common in both the tables, so we will use this table in the condition. So select e dot employee number, e dot ename, comma d dot e dot department number, d dot department number. So here we are referring same column, but the table is different. In this case we are referring department number from employee table. In this department number from department table, right? From emp table, alias is e, department table, alias is t. Now we'll use the outer join condition where E dot department number is equal to D dot department number, and then there will be a symbol of this. That means the content of table E, that means content of employee table, will be displayed even though they match or not. So even though this condition is true or not, the content of this table will be true, will be displayed on the screen. That is outer join. We discussed inner join yesterday. Inner join and equi-join both are same. So wherever it matches, that will be printed, and wherever it doesn't match, that will also print it. Right? So that's the output of this query. If you will try to reverse this, let's say define it to query. Now if I want to display the content of department table instead of employee table, so I will change the query. I'll put D here and E here. So what will happen is content of department table will be displayed whether they matches or not. So now we have 15 rows. There is one row which has null values because we have 40 department number in department table. Right? So if you see department number from employee table is getting displayed, and department number from department table is getting displayed. Right? That's outer join. Any questions? So let's say if I would like to print something in this row, then I can change this query. We have a function NVL where we can replace null values. So NVL employee number let's say with 0, NVL not available, comma 10. Save it, execute the query. So you'll see instead of blank values we have 0, not available and 10. These values were blank before. So using NVL value, you can change. So with any value you want. So if you want wherever it's null, print with that value. So that value will be printed. Sometimes null values create problems, so it's better to have some values to be printed in the report. So we change this using NVL. NVL is very important if we are dealing with null values, right? Now we have output from this way, and where we have employee table on the left. So if you would like to combine these two tables or two outputs, then what we can do is select this query, paste it here. To paste the query, you have to use shift insert. To copy this content, you can just use your mouse, copy like this, and then you can use right click, or you can press shift insert. So shift insert will print the same query. So let me have this. I will change this with D and with E. So I'll combine these two outputs of two queries. E. Now you can use union here. Save it. Execute it. So both the queries got combined. Right? If you want the whole output, we can use union all. So 15 plus 14. Output from both the tables are getting displayed. Right? Any questions in this? So union all will display all the values. Right? If you would like to minus, let's say you want to remove the common values, then you can use minus. So the output of this query and output of this query. So this query will minus the output from this query, and it will display the rest. So we have 15 rows in this and 14 rows in this. So when we use minus, we got this output. So only one row is getting displayed. We can use these all union all with simple function. Let's start from emp where commission is not null. Let's start from M where commission is null, right? So you can use this like, though there is no common value as such, but union all. You see, you got this 14 rows because I have union all. So commission is null, commission is not null, union all will combine the output of these two queries. So we can use this function with a simple query also. It's not only for joins. It can be used for any other query also.
So can I ask a question like the union or it means what? Is a combination of two. What do you mean of that? The union or? Yeah.
The output of two queries.
Oh, the combination of two queries. Okay, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this way we can use this. We can also use minus and all, but in this output we don't have anything common. So if we try to use this, so what is the output of this query? Not null. So the next one is cross join. Though we have discussed the cross join, but I haven't given the name before. So cross join is nothing but same multiplying of two tables. So let's start from M, which we discussed yesterday, and department. By default the output which we get is a multiplying of two tables. So that is called as cross join, right? But now we'll use that keyword cross join. Select start from emp cross join department. So instead of using comma, I'm putting cross join. Yesterday we discussed select start from emp comma department. So we got this 56 rows. So we are putting cross join here, right? Edit the query. Use alias here. So I'm choosing few columns. Save it. Then execute. So you can specify columns to be displayed on screen. So that's how it works, multiplying of two tables. Right, guys? Give me a moment. The next thing is, so cross join is same as multiplying of two tables. Now we have natural join that works on a column which we have common in both the tables. So describe emp and describe department. So we have this column department number common in these two tables. Now if you will do that, instead of cross, if I put this natural, so it will automatically compare these two columns. If you guys remember, we did like this: e dot department number is equal to dep number is equal to d dot department number. Instead of putting that query, this join will have this feature inbuilt. We don't have to mention that. If you are putting natural join, it's well understood that it will compare common column from both the tables. Just execute. Okay. Because natural join cannot have qualifier because it knows what to pick up. So this thing will not work because we are here specifying. So instead of that, I have to remove this because it's common in both the tables. Execute. So we'll get this output. So I use this query where I've used this e dot department number is equal to d dot department number. I have got this output. This query and this query is same, but in this query I haven't used any conditions because this natural join, when we put natural join in the query, it knows that it has to pick up the common column name, right? So if this query will work if we have one column name which is common, right? If we have more than one column which is same, then we have to mention that which column we would like to use. Right? Now we have different join where we will mention the column name. So let's say we have select e.ename, e.employee number, comma department number from employee alias e, department alias d. Now we'll tell Oracle to use that join these. Oh, I haven't used. Anyways, now in this case we have to tell Oracle that use department number to join these two tables. Right. This query will not work because I have forgot to mention join here. So edit, join. So now Oracle will combine these two tables based on column name this. So if we had the two columns same in two tables, then we have to tell Oracle which column has to be picked up. Execute this query with // so you got this output. So we have different ways that you guys have to practice, then you will understand what is happening. I'm just telling you all the options available in Oracle. So different joins, and joins is a very important topic, right, which you'll use the most. So give some time to this and then you will understand. It's not a very tough thing to do. The only thing is you have to give time. Just 2 days and then it's well understood. Okay, any questions? Cross join, equi join, inner join, natural join. So just practice 3-4 queries using each joins and then you understand how does it work and all. Right guys, we discussed one query before. Select e.ename, d.e.employee number, d.department number from emp e and department d, where e.department number is inner join. When we use this plus function there, that becomes outer join. So we can, this is the way, and there is a different way altogether to deal with this. Join department number D, then instead of using this we can use on E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. So you can use this way. One second. We also have this left join. So whatever column, whatever is common from this condition, that will be displayed. So we have all these joins, just practice, and then I have told everything, almost every join. Now you guys have to practice on this. Okay, so now we'll discuss something else. So let's start from M.
Yeah, instead of, us kind of like shortening the query to this extent, can we like make it, longer?
What do you mean?
Difference?
What do you mean?
Like when you normally, like when you get to this section, you break it and like continue it from here. Can you like continue the query to like this, or you have to cut it off when you get to like middle of the requirements? Like from here to here, instead of you cutting it from department number, can you continue from and?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
This is just a way to write the query so that you can understand. Otherwise, you can use this like this.
Oh, okay.
And semicolon.
Yeah.
But this way, it's really tough to read the query.
Oh, okay. So when you break it, it's more.
Yeah. Any query which I break, you can use in a single line. And even though you can break from here, doesn't matter. The query must be right. Right?
All right.
Something which has some dependency that might not work, but you'll understand why it's not working. You see? Because there is no error in the query, so it will work. Okay, sir?
Got it.
Okay, so let's start from EMP. Now we'll deal with inline query. Or we have, one second, few more functions to discuss. Okay. So this thing we have already discussed. Let's say if you would like to find out something based on some condition. So select start from emp, and if you would like to find out something, like we are looking for something where ename is equal to Smith, that is discussed already, right? Select start from emp where salary is greater than 5,000 or 3,000. So you can use this type of condition. Now if in case I would like to use this query with some different query, right? So select star from emp where now salary is okay. As of now we are getting the whole query. Now if I only want one column to be displayed here, so I can use select cell from emp where salary is greater than 3,000, right? Or select salary from emp where salary is greater than, or where ename is equal to Scott or Smith. Right, so we have got this value. Now if I would like to use select star from emp where salary is greater than, so instead of putting any value here, I can use this query in semicolon. So what will happen is it will try to compare output from this query. So output from this query is 800. So now this query will become select star from emp where cell is greater than 800, right? So you'll get all the output where salary is greater than 800. Let's say we have 3,000 for Scott. Okay, so I'll use this. Select salary from where ename is equal to Scott. So select star from emp where ename is equal to Scott would be, what will be the output of this query? 3,000. So select star from emp where salary is greater than 3,000. So only one query is there, one output is there. Right? So this is called as inline query. Is using a query within the query. So in this query, in this SQL command, we are using a different SQL command, and we are using the output of this query with this query using where condition. Sometimes you would like to compare something based on the output from the different table. In those scenarios, you can use this inline query function. It's inline query feature of Oracle. Right. So select star from emp where ename, like this thing we have already discussed, like this, So where where ename will start from A. Let's say we have some specific situation where we would like to find out output from the exact name. So let's start from emp where ename like. So instead of like, I'll use where ename in. So when we have more than one condition, so ename is equal to Scott, it will work for one employee, right? But if I would like to find out information from more than one condition, then I can use ename in, and then I can specify two names. But instead of in this condition, only one name can be specified, right? I cannot mention ename is equal to Scott, something like that. There is other way around. We'll deal with that. So let's start from emp where ename in Scott, comma King, right? So you get two outputs. So now it's matching for two values. If I want to use this with this, so select star from emp where ename is equal to Scott and ename is equal to King. So it's not giving us any output. So if you want something, then we can use OR command or operator, then you will get this output. So this output, it's a smarter way, and this is a normal user will use this. So the output is same.
It's an option, right? It's an option. If you don't use this one, you have to use that one, right? Or what?
Yeah, so we have two ways to find out this output, but this output, this query is recommended to use.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's if you use the second one, doesn't mean that it's not right or what?
It's right, but the thing is, I was telling you guys yesterday when we talk about tuning of our query. So we should know which query takes less time. So this query will take less time than this. So if you have millions of rows, instead of using this, you better use this query.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now, one thing you have to take care, let's say, if I would like to use this query in inline query, it will not work. Why? Because we'll see. So let's start from emp where, let's say, ename is greater than, I'll use this query. So too many values. So this condition cannot be compared. So what is the output of this query? The whole rows from the table. How can this ename will be compared from star value, like where we are trying to fetch all information? So this query must have only one value in the output. So to deal with this type of query, we have to check what is the output of this query. So instead of using star here, what we can do is we can use select ename and then use this query. Why we are getting this error, too many values? Because this query is giving a lot of values and Oracle doesn't know how to compare ename with this output, right? because there are employee number, e-name, job and all that columns, right? So Oracle doesn't know how to compare this column with this, right? So select ename from emp where ename is equal to Scott and King. This query will give us Scott and King, only one row. So now I can use this where ename not this. Let me find out. Select cell. Find out salary from this. Because you cannot compare this value with greater than. So I got this. So now if I want to find out, select star from emp where salary is greater than. So will this work? Quasi, will this query work? This query will not work, reason being we are getting output more than one row. It says single row subquery returns more than one row. So this query is returning more than one value. So how salary can be compared like greater than 3000, 5000? So the output of this query is 3000, 5000. How Oracle will compare salary is greater than 3000 and 5000? That's why we are getting this error. Single row subquery, this is a subquery, returns more than one row. Right? So that's why this will not work. Instead of this, we can use salary in so what is the output of this query? 3000 and 5000. So now we are comparing select star from emp where salary in 3000 and 5000. So wherever we get 3000 and 5000, that output will be displayed. Right? Or select star from emp where ename in select ename so now this is called bad programming. I can use this query to get these two names, right? Or select star, I can get this output. But now I am using subquery within the query and I'm getting this output. So if I'll use this query instead of this query, let's say this. Select star from emp. So I'm getting the same output, right? And this query is also giving the same output, right? So now if in case instead of using this query, this one, I use this query, that will be called as bad programming because I'm unnecessarily using this feature to get the same output. So we should use simple queries if in case you are writing big queries. This is all about performance thing. If you have less table, less values in your table, then it's okay. But if you deal with big queries or big data in your table, then the performance will impact. with this type of mistakes, and it happens very often. Okay, so that's the thing. Anyways, so let's start from emp where salary is greater than 5,000 or 500. So we are getting this value, though I had to mention 5,000 here, but I pressed enter before that. Anyways, now we have different functions. Select star from emp where salary is greater than. Now we have any function, any 100, 1000, 2850. So in case of any, what happens is it picks up the least value. So let me change this query a bit. So if you guys noticed here, when we use any function, it will pick up the least value from this. The least value is 1500. So we are getting value based on this value, right? So even though you put this value in middle, doesn't matter, because any will find out what is the least value out of all, and based on that it will give this condition to salary, and salary is greater than 1500. So we'll get this output. Why I change this? So that you'll not feel like it will pick up the first value. No, it will pick up the least value. Right. Now if I use the reverse of it, now if I use salary is less than, so each value which is less than 1500 is getting displayed. Oh no, this one. Two four five zero. Right, we have a different function which is all, like we can use instead of any, we have a different function where salary is greater than all So we can use 800, 1500, 2850. In case of all, it always picks up the maximum value. In case of any, it always picks up the least value. In case of all, it always picks up the maximum value, and based on that it will give you the output. So the maximum value from this is 2850, right? And then where salary is greater than 2850, you'll get the output. Right. Let me less than all, so 1000, 1500, 2450. So it will pick up the least value and it will display all the values less than that. The least value out of all this is 1000. So we got the output. So with greater than and equal to, it works differently. In greater than and less than. In this, it picks up the maximum value. Here it's picking up the least value. So this operator will behave differently with these functions. And then you will remember all this once you guys keep on practicing on this. Then you will understand. But these functions we don't use much, frankly speaking. But the only thing is you guys must know that there are functions available where you can use this. So any and all that. Okay guys, any questions? All set. Select star from AMP. We also have one function which is sum that can be used. Let's say I would like to sum the commission. So it will add the commission and it will give you the output. So that you would like to find out the whole salary being given to all employees, then you can use this type of function. So this is a total salary we have been giving from this table. So these are the small functions which you can use. Right, select average. You would like to find out the average salary from AMP table. Then you can find this. So small functions. questions, guys? Select average salary, comma department number from AMP. Group by department number. If you guys remember, we dealt with group by function yesterday, right? So what will happen is, based on department number, it will tell us that how much average salary is being given, right? So from department number 30, this is the average salary of each employee. 20 is this, and then 10, this is the value. And you can group this values in this way. Right? So let's start from AMP, where department is equal to department number is equal to 10. So now we'll deal with a different thing. Let's say I would like to find out values from department number 10. So I'll use this query. For department number 20, I'll use this query. So every time I have to write this query to find out my output, right? So we have a different way that we can define a variable, a dummy variable. Let's say I'll do this, where department number is equal to. So for that I have to use ampersand sign, and then I can use D number, right? So let's start from AMP, where department number is this. If I'll use this, it will ask me every time what value you would like to put. So enter value for D number, I'll put 10, it will give me the output of 10. If I will execute this query again, enter, it will give me the option again, I'll put 20, it will give me the output of 20. So now in this case I don't have to type this whole query again with 10, 20 and 30. So I have a lot of different department table or department number. Then I can use this query, the dummy information, D number. You can use any name here, D number or N, A, B, C, D, anything. If I use like A, so it will ask me for A value. Execute again, it will ask for A value. So it doesn't matter. It has to just replace my input with this query. That's it. So you can use anything here, and you will get your output. Right. 30. Execute again. 40. So there is no value for 40, so we are not getting any output. Now select star from AMP, where salary is equal to ampersand S. So So now you can keep on find out. Is there any with 800? Yes. Any with 1000? Yes. No. Anything with 1500? Yes. So instead of writing the whole query, use this ampersand function and keep on putting your values. It will give you the output. All set? Any questions? Or I'll wrap up. Nobody has any question? Krampong, all going well? Susie, Mary, all set?
Yes.
You getting understanding? Yeah. So your machine is working, right?
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay. And you guys got the video link of yesterday's class, I believe.
Yes, I did.
Okay, Mary.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. No questions? You getting it right?
Yes.
Okay, guys. So I'll send you the output and the video also. Okay, guys, if you want to drop out, then you can guys drop out. I'll send this out. Let me take the data and then wait for my email. We'll meet up next week. Till then, have a good weekend. Have a good week ahead.
Thank you.
Welcome. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.